Rums up!
Up your bum and all. Oh, who goes there?
It's me, Baldy. I've got the rum ration.
What's up, Baldy? Kicked you out of the officers' mess, have they?
You know me, Corp. Never there. Just Mr. Owen's Batman.
Yeah, I know. And you've been taking care of the company officers in their bunker as well. Well, give us the grog then. What about the grub?
Never got it.
Well, you need to get kick up the arse then, son, because we was told you... Something happened to Q.
I think he brought it on the way back from Battalion HQ.
But the grog, Baldy, the rations. This is the first time we've been in a decent billet whilst in the front line, and we was looking forward to a decent meal.
I never got it, but I got something else instead from Mr. Owen.
What you got then, Baldy? Piece of silver from the officer's mess, is it?
You booger! The officer's mess, as you call it, is a rat-infested cellar. No bigger than this one. No! I've got his poems.
Poems? Oh, you little shit. You arse-licking little shit. That's all you're good for, isn't it? Wiping officers' arses. Poems now? Fuck's sake. Fucking officers. I tell you what, had my way, fucking shoot every last one of them.
That's his calling in life, to write poems. You're not a professional soldier, but your calling is to kill people with that rifle. And I'll inspect that rifle later as well, so best be clean.
You don't know, Baldy. You've only been out here a couple of weeks and suddenly Mr. Owen chooses you for his Batman. But officers get shot by their men. And they shoot men as well, if you don't go over the top when the show is on. Difference is, you'll get shot for doing it to them. And they won't get nothing for doing it to you.
Not in this battalion, Corp. We've got good morale here.
Morale? Morale? What do you know about morale? You're not a professional soldier. What, you heard the officers talking, have you? Heard them talking about morale?
We've got to keep the morale up with the chaps. Discipline's way to do that, eh, what?
You heard them talking about it, haven't you? But you don't know what it means.
Well, I can't quite put it into words.
Well, if you can't put it into words, try just one word then, instead of morale.
All right then. Happiness.
Happiness! You're happy to be here then, eh? Oh, don't worry, we'll leave you here.
No, I didn't mean happiness like that, Corp.
Stand to! Officer on parade!
Where's your sentry, Corporal Jones? You men need to be more alert.
Sorry, sir. Didn't see you, sir.
Look, we're not finished yet. Please maintain your discipline. But I wanted to let you know. Hughes bought it, I'm afraid. Shell took him out, and the old horse as well.
But what about the grub, sir?
Well, unless you want to be scraping it up from the mud with horse entrails.
Well, at least we'd know we was eating horse then, instead of the rumours. Oh well. Pack lunch again then, lads, eh?
You've been spying on us, sir. Maybe write one of your poems about us. Been listening before we came down.
I don't need to spy on you to write about you, Mr. Jackson. They're all about you anyway. You're a professional soldier. The rest of you are just here for the war, like myself. But they're about you all, and for you all.
Do you think it'll be over soon, sir? And them guns will stop? 'Cause it's like you say, they make fools of us, a lot of us.
You are all worth something.
Come on, they're not worth nothing. They're just stupid.
Stupid. Sometimes I think maybe we all are stupid. Stupid blind fools.
Speak for yourself, sir, as an officer like. Don't you think you're the fools?
Fools? Possibly.
When will it be over though, sir? 'Cause it's like they, like you say, they're making fools of us.
It will be. It will be.
And your poems be like a memorial to us, sir, won't they?
We'll go on then, sir. For God's sake, put us out of our misery. Read one. Let's hear something to cheer us up.
Bent double, like old beggars under sacks.
Knock-kneed, coughing like hags, we cursed through sludge, till on the haunting flares we turned our backs and towards our distant rest began to trudge. Men marched asleep. Many had lost their boots but limped on, bloodshot. All went lame, all blind, drunk with fatigue, deaf even to the hoots of tired, outstripped 5-9s that dropped behind. Gas! Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time. But someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. Dim, through misty panes and thick green light, as under a green sea, I saw him drowning.
See, that's what happens to you lot if you don't put those bloody things on.
Who was it that copped it, sir? Was it one of them last lot that went over the top before?
He's not going to tell us, is he? He had to write poems, sing the bloody war hero.
In all my dreams, before my helpless sight, he plunges at me, guttering, choking, drowning. If, in some smothering dreams, you too could pace behind the wagon we flung him in, and watch the white eyes writhing in his face, his hanging face like a devil sick of sin. If you could hear, at every jolt, the blood come gargling from froth-corrupted lungs, obscene as cancer, bitter as the cud of vile, incurable sores on innocent tongues, my friend, you would not tell, with such high zest, to children ardent for some desperate glory, the old lie, dulce et decorum est pro patria mori.
Well, that did cheer us up. Thanks, sir.
Not meant to cheer you up, you mugs. It's meant to tell you how it really is. Tell everyone at home, the old men, and the old women, and the wives and the kids, how it really is. Because none of them know. Nor will they, except for this sort of thing.
So why is it fucking Latin then? You know, that last bit. Just when I was getting a bit interested.
Well, that started with the Romans, didn't it? Yeah, I don't know, I read it in some paper, fucking local rag, something about dying for your country.
It is sweet and right for your country to die.
For your country to die?
No, for you to die for your country. It's a lie.
Of course it's a lie. A goddamn fucking lie. Well said, Mr. Owen. At least one officer can talk some sense.
It takes poetry to talk sense and all, doesn't it?
Or just to talk reality, talk at all. You have dragged an army out of dumbness, given a voice to the thought in every Tommy's mind.
Those of us that had minds.
Just because we die like that, don't mean we ain't got minds.
An animal's got a mind. That's why they cry out when they're killed.
That's not their mind. That's just pain.
You can't bury me when them horses die.
Well, it's their voice, the only voice they got. And when we die, it's the only voice we got as well. But now, Mr. Owen, I think you might well have given us a different voice.
Talking of animals, you can read this one if you want.
What, me, sir? Ain't got your voice for it. Don't think I can.
Try it. There's no Latin in this one.
Hey, go on, Jacko.
What passing bounds for these who died as cattle? Only the monstrous anger of the guns. Only the stuttering rifles, rapid rattle, can patter out their hasty horizons. No mockeries now for them, no prayers nor bells, nor any voice of mourning save the choirs, the shrill, demented choirs wailing showers, and bugles calling for them from sad shires. What candles may be held to speed them all? Not in the hands of boys, but in their eyes shall shine the holy glimmers of goodbyes. The pallor-filled brow shall be their pall, their flowers, their tenderness of patient minds. And each slope does a drawing down a blind.
What are you going to call this poem, Mr. Rowe?
I toyed around with a few different titles, but a friend suggested Anthem for Doomed Youth.
Doomed. They're all doomed.
What about this word, sir? Horizons.
Is it like orifice?
No, orison is a funeral prayer.
I know when my orifice starts twitching, you lot better be saying some orisons.
The only orisons you'll be saying when your orifice starts twitching will come out brown and liquid and extremely stinky, Private Turner.
Well, it's me that read it. So I can ask to an opinion. I will say, I hate officers. Everyone here knows that. You're a man first and foremost. And this ain't about officers. This ain't officer speak. Sides, you did a good job in that last show when you took the Lewis and slaughtered a few Bosch. So I reckon choose one of us. And this is about all of us. And now, Mr. Owen, I think you might have just made us into, well, giants. Not sodding heroes, not brave, but somebody. So long as somebody remembers me, you know where I cop it. Before you said we died like cattle. Worse than that, because you can eat cattle. We were just worthless rubbish. But we all want to be remembered. And now I know we will. Thank you, Mr. Owen. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, you got one of them, you old bastard, I never knew.
Ah, of yours.
You old bastard, we know it's the only tune you can play.
Singers, well, we all can. If you want to find the sergeant, I know where he is. We know where he is. We know where he is. If you want to find the sergeant, we know where he is. He's been thieving all the Tommy's rum. We've seen him, thieving all the Tommy's rum. We've seen him, thieving all the Tommy's rum. If you want the old battalion, we know where they are. We know where they are. We know where they are. If you want the old battalion, we know where they are. They're hanging on the old barbed wire. We've seen them, hanging on the old barbed wire. We've seen them, hanging on the old barbed wire. What about this one? We all know this one. Goodbye, goodbye. Wipe the tear, baby dear, from your eye. Though it's hard to part, I know. Oh, big tickle to death to go. Don't cry, don't sigh. There's a silver lining in the sky. Bonsoir, old thing, cheerio, chin chin. Now poo toodaloo, goodbye. Nah. Brother Wilfred went away to do his bit the other day, with a smile on his lips and his left set of pips on his shoulders, bright and gay. As the train pulled out, he said, "Remember me to all the birds."
That's enough, Private Jackson. You are on a charge for insubordination to an officer, namely addressing aforementioned officer by his Christian name. I will deal with you tomorrow, Jackson.